competition. I don't know if that Mississippi State defense is much better than UAPB, though, Matt. Good grief.
Man, good to be here with you today, Ty. Always a joy. Always fun to win. I mean, from start to finish, look good. It was the Taylor Green show. You know, the Auburn game, Ty, when we were talking about Metcalf. And Russell, man, it was really the offense. I mean, Bobby Petrino called a heck of a game.
Yeah, he really did a good job. You think about their ability to run the football, over 300 rushing yards, their ability to pass the football as well. It was really a balanced offense. And Matt, Taylor Green, you thinking about his accuracy today, I know that was a question mark at maybe his health heading into this game. It's like looked like he was having fun, and health didn't seem to be a concern at all, man.
No, he put on a show. He was electric. Braylon Russell. It would have been so cool if DeBinion could have got 2 more yards. Everybody that was running the rock was averaging 9 yards a carry, man. Mississippi State couldn't do anything.
No, they could not. If you want to jump in with me, Matt, and Colton, do so, 877-377-6963. Hog Wild Man Buren texted and said, how are you going to score 58 points without converting a single third down? That was kind of the anomaly of today's game, Matt. As you look up, and Arkansas didn't have any success in that category. Everywhere else they were fine, but it's not often you have that bad a percentage on third down and still win the game so convincingly, and that's exactly what they did today.
Oh, my goodness, man. I thought number 10 on the defensive side as well. I thought both of them stole the show today. How are you not just excited about Braylon Russell? You hope his hammy's fine, but that dude looks like a load, man. He's it's one of those guys you worry about in the portal next year. You know, if you're Michigan or you're Texas, if you're somebody big time, man, I know I'd be knocking on his door because that dude's a stud.
58-25, the final. You mentioned Braylon Russell, Matt. He was awesome. 16 rushes, 175 yards, and honestly probably would have had more than that if not for that hammy he pulled the game. Have you ever – that was one of the things I was going to ask you about, because I was thinking about already next weekend against Ole Miss and the weeks to come against Texas and Missouri down the road. Do you know anything? Is that something you've ever gone through, like on the field? I know you got outside the pocket a lot. Is that something you ever experienced?
Well, you have we have a stable of running backs, and yeah, anytime you have a hamstring pull, they're all a little different, Ty. You got to do some contrast. You got to get some ice on there first for the first couple days, and we have first class treatment facility up there, so I'm sure they'll take care of them. But maybe Jaquindon Jackson. Hopefully he'll be healthy, and if you got to sit Braylon, because sometimes it might take 2 weeks. You got Ole Miss, and then you get a bye week, so hopefully you can have him going forward.
I got to look at B. Ask a good question. Did Arkansas score on every possession? I don't remember. You can help me on this. I don't remember Devin Bale, who was named to the Ray Guy Award, either watch list or semifinal watch
Taylor
list.
Green threw an interception, so we.
That's right. Yeah, that's a great point. So that was the one. But you took away 5, Matt. How about two road games, 2 real road games in the conference? Not so much against Oklahoma State where you turned the ball over a bunch, but how about your 2 real road games in this league? You forced a combined 10 turnovers, man. How about in Auburn and also in Starkville, Mississippi today?
Yeah, you're right. If we could put those 2 teams on the schedule more often, talk about the best start you could have for a team, because you're going to get the ball to start the second half. They get 2 plays, turnovers, short field, up 7, take the cowbells out of it. Couldn't have asked for a better start, man. That defense is fun to watch. We took some wrong pursuit angles on some swing passes or some wide passes, kind of got caught in the mesh, but that's okay. You know, they definitely made up for it, and man, I thought both sides of the ball played well.
Ole Miss squeaked out a win against Oklahoma today. Maybe squeaked out's not the right term, but they only won 26-14. Did not look great. I don't know. Does today's game impact how you think that they can finish out against Ole Miss, Texas, Missouri, and Louisiana Tech, or is Mississippi State just the worst team in the SEC, Matt?
No, Ole Miss is a real team. Yeah, Mississippi State, they don't have. I mean, they fought. If you were to say, man, they like their coach and they were. It's usually it comes down to talent or effort. It comes down to 2 things. Or do you have talent, or are you giving the effort? And Mississippi State gave effort. They didn't have anybody like either one of our number 10s, man. So the story on the defensive side was running around, and then Taylor Green put on a show. They didn't want to tackle by the end of the day.
Yeah. Now, the Braylon Russell effect is real. Matt, when you think about having to tackle a guy 250 pounds, it's one thing to do in the first quarter. It's another thing to do in the second, third, and then especially the fourth. And that just wears on you as a defensive back. I know linebackers and D tackles a lot of times are bigger or just as big. But when you're a defensive back and you're asked on a one-on-one situation to stick your noggin in there and try and bring this guy down, and that's not an easy task. And I tend to agree with you. Like Arkansas better make sure that he is well taken care of. And don't you just hate that, Matt? Like you think about a kid. Like that's what we were saying about Luke Haas last year. It's like you got this freshman that you're really excited about in his 3 years here in Fayetteville, and the first thing that you and me go to is like, well, you got to make sure we keep him in Fayetteville. And I hate that aspect, at least when it comes to this new college football we have.
Yeah, I think running backs, it's a great time to be a college athlete, and I'm not a fan of it either, but it is until they get the rules better or until they get a union. That's just kind of that's the rules they have to go by. And, if I was a team in the SEC or Big Ten, I'd at least call him and ask him, because, what's it going to hurt? Because that dude, he's got 2 more years, and if he stays healthy and stays on the trajectory that I think he will, that dude's going to be playing on Sundays.
Colton, what did you think of today's game, man?
It was exciting to see the offensive output that we think and we were kind of promised with the return of Bobby Petrino. It was really good to see Talon hit his stride again and come back out healthy, run the football around, man. It was just an exciting watch for the Razorbacks today from an offensive standpoint. Defensively, I know Travis Williams is going to watch that tape and think, man, we have got to get better. But there were still some good things that you like to see out of it. We still forced some turnovers, even though they kind of drove on us there late in the game and throughout the game. We still forced some turnovers, which was good to see. It was nice to have us kind of get back on track and get an extra win towards the all-important bowl game.
Yep, that is the big key in all this. You're one win away from going bowling. You think about that Louisiana Tech that still remains on the schedule, and then you've got 3 tough ranked opponents. Ole Miss will be ranked when they come into Fayetteville next week, as will Texas, who right now I think got 21-7 on Vandy, and then you've also got a ranked Missouri who's down, I believe, 16-0 against Alabama and Tuscaloosa. I might be a little off on that score, but guys, other games going on right now in college football. Oregon's up big on Illinois, 35-3 at half. BYU's up 24-10 on UCF. Matt, you were telling me during the break, UCF just can't stop anybody, man. That's been Gus Malzahn's Achilles heel all season.
Yeah, I was wrong on their quarterback play as well. I thought KJ Jefferson would put up video game numbers. I really like their PJ Harvey running back. He's a stud, and especially in that offense. I kind of missed on that, man. I thought UCF would be better this year. But, yeah, you think of teams like Indiana, BYU, certain teams, Pitt. They're older teams, and you see that helps when you have 24, 25-year-old men and an 18, 19-year-old kid going against you, just a little bit stronger.
We're going to take a short break here on Hog Reaction. If you want to jump in with myself, Matt Jones, do so. 877-377-6963. It's Hog Reaction presented by Black Hills Energy, Bud Light, as we're live at Harry Robinson Buick GMC.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, presented by Bud Light, also presented by Black Hills Energy.
Whether you're planting a tree in your backyard or trenching at a construction site, a call to 811 helps prevent dangerous damage to underground utilities and is the first step in keeping yourself and your community safe. Hitting a line can knock out service to your home and neighborhood, resulting in fines, damages, serious injury, or worse. Safety is in your hands. Call 811 before you dig. It's easy, it's free, and it's the law. This message is brought to you by Black Hills Energy.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
This is Hog Reaction.
Hey, is your roof leaking? Do you have hail or wind damage? Is it just looking old and worn out? If so, you need to call Hoghead Roofing, a family-owned and operated roofing company where the #1 customer is you. They will give you their honest opinion on whether your roof needs replaced or repaired. They have folks that have worked on the insurance side so they can assist with all claims. Licensed, insured, and ready to serve you. Call Hoghead Roofing today at 479-522-0840. God bless.
At Arvest Bank, we believe in the power of serving others. That's why we're committed to working with and supporting those who serve our communities. From the ones who are making a difference in big and small ways every day, to those who are helping create better tomorrows. We appreciate everything you do, and we're proud to work alongside you. Because every community deserves a financial partner who cares. Arvest Bank. We believe.
Have you been searching for a luxury dealership experience unlike any other? Come to Land Rover Little Rock in Little Rock, Arkansas, and discover why we're known as classy, top-tier, easy, and honest. Whether you want to upgrade your ride to a new Range Rover Velar, or you're in the market for a used vehicle of another make, you won't regret visiting our Little Rock, Arkansas Land Rover dealership for all your automotive needs. Can't make it in? Check us out online at LandRoverLittleRock.com.
Sometimes I'm in a hurry. Stay in the slow lane, buddy. That's when I use the Sodies app to order my favorites and pick up in their drive-thru. They even offer a 10% discount on your first app order. Experience different at Sodies Wine and Spirits off I-540 on Phoenix Avenue.
Every day is worth celebrating at Uncorked. Cocktails, wine, craft beer, bourbons, and unbelievably great food. Uncorked on Phoenix Avenue next to Sodies.
Greatness doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, focus, and dedication. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that because we put in the hard work and dedication for decades. And that commitment is paid off with award-winning customer service for your auto, home, and life insurance.
Call Jeff Clark in Fort Smith or Brad Howe in Van Buren.
The tires on your vehicle go round and round, but when they don't, go to Van Alma Tire. They have tires in their name. That's their specialty. Van Alma Tire is all about tires. They have all the name brands and private labels available for you and in stock. So when it comes to getting tires for your ride, it's worth the drive. And financing is available. Ask for details. Whatever your tire need, check out Van Alma Tires on Highway 64 between Van Buren and Alma. Ready to get you rolling on new tires at Van Alma Tire.
Hi, I'm Kelly Smith, owner of Dixie Digital Imaging. Are you in the market for a new office printer or multifunction device? Look no further. At Dixie Digital Imaging, we bring a legacy of experience and a rock-solid reputation. Our state-of-the-art solutions are tailored to meet your business needs seamlessly. Why settle for anything less? Call us now at 479-783-6600 to get a quote on your next office printer or multifunction device. Elevate your office efficiency with Dixie Digital Imaging, where experience and reputation meet excellence. That's Dixie Digital Imaging, bringing document innovations to the River Valley.
What makes Crabtree RV Center different? First, we are a fourth-generation family-owned business, taking pride in making your family's dreams come true. No corporate mentality here. Second, we've been in business for 74 years, founded in 1950 here in the River Valley, Northwest Arkansas area. We are not going anywhere. What does that mean for our customers? A family feel with no corporate hidden fees. The reassurance that we will be here for generations to come, and knowledgeable salespeople who want to pick the right RV for your family to make lifetime memories in. Crabtree RV Center, making your family's dreams come true for over 70 years.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, presented by Bud Light, proud sponsor of Arkansas Athletics. Also presented by Black Hills Energy. Stay safe, be prepared, save energy.
Second down and 6, off play action. Van Buren in trouble, hit from behind, ball's on the ground. There's a scramble for it. The Razorbacks say they have it, they do. They're ruling in a fumble, and it's Arkansas's ball.
Welcome to the Picton.
It's
Great job on that rejoin, Colton. I guess the fat pig squished the puppy in this case, as Arkansas dominates that game in Starkville, Mississippi. Guys, I got to ask this question, and I spouted it off the top of my head. I don't know if I'm right. Someone asked me, hey, when's the last time we scored 58 against an SEC opponent? Colton, you pointed this out this week. Arkansas scored 58 points in Starkville back in 2016 when Austin Allen and Raleigh Williams and all of them ran on those guys. That might be the last time you've scored 58 on an SEC opponent. There might be a game I'm missing, but My goodness gracious, that offense looked good today.
A lot of pluses out there, man. When you're giving out grades this week and you're watching film, there'll be a lot of happy people, a lot of right things. I mean, I thought that play action there early in the game for Luke Haas's first touchdown on that jumbo set, short yardage, and man, what a great call. I liked what I saw out of Broden, Ty. I really, man, he had that one play that got called back. But he almost looks like if he'll catch it, which you know that's what you want, and I like it. He's playing with confidence, but his yards after catch, he might be the best on the team because he runs violent, he runs physical, he runs with a purpose. He just got to catch it, and then number 11, man, that dude. I think he's on a good trajectory. I like his game.
You've spoken highly of Jordan Anthony for a while now, Matt, and this was the first time we kind of got to see his speed unleashed. Taylor Green gave him some very high compliments after the game, saying, I don't know if there's a wide receiver in college football that's as fast as he is. Now, you referenced that Luke Haas touchdown.
Fourth down and a yard. Play action. Green's going to throw, man, wide open at the goal line. It's caught. Touchdown, Arkansas. 14 yards to Luke Haas.
We saw a very similar play. Colton, I saw you put this on our social media back in 2010. What's ironic is Aaron Murray, who's the quarterback of that Georgia football team that lost to Arkansas, and Chris Gregg and Ryan Mallett, was on broadcast. I thought that was just kind of a cool moment. I don't know if you guys noticed that too, Matt, but I definitely, very similar play behind his back. No one noticed it, and Has just kind of snuck out like Chris Gregg did in 2010. Almost the exact same play, basically.
I thought the running back did a great job of selling it, too. If you see the running back does a full circle and looking like the ball, so that it just gives everybody just an extra little second.
Yep. All right, let's talk to Kenny Healer. We're talking about a tight end and Luke Haas. By the way, Andres Pushka had a great game today as well. Kenny's in Springdale this afternoon. Kenny, what's going on?
I'm going to tell you right now, Bobby Petrino, he called up a good game using them tight ends like he did today. You know, it's kind of like when Matt Jones in the NFL. You know what I'm saying?
Tell him, Kenny.
And I enjoyed him just watching it, and the tight ends were going, doing their thing. And that's all I have to say, guys. Have a good evening.
Kenny, you have a good evening as well. Matt, I would say that's as we're now this Arkansas team's 5-3 on the season. That's probably in 8 games the most usage the tight ends have gotten all season. And it was probably by design. In fact, I think it's definitely by design. Bobby Petrino probably saw something in a film this week that he thought he could exploit, and Luke Haas and Posker were the benefit of that.
Man, that was fun. You're right. It seemed like whatever button that Bobby pushed, they were all working. They were all hitting. Like I said, a lot of positives out there, man. It was good to get Luke Haas involved and getting him going a little bit, because I think going forward, Ty, when we played Ole Miss, I think that's going to be a similar game to LSU, where not in style of game, but it's going to be similar in the fact that we have to play a clean game. Can't turn the ball over 3 times. He's going to have to play just like, play an A+ type of game, because Ole Miss is pretty good.
If you want to jump in here with myself, Matt Jones, Colton Little, do so 877-377-6963. It's Hog Reaction. It's presented by Black Hills Energy in the state of Arkansas. The law is you need to click or call 811 before you dig. It's free service, and it's for your savings. So maybe you're just doing something as simple as planting a tree, or you're digging a trench. You must contact 811. It prevents damage from underground utilities you can't see, and it keeps you, your family, and the community safe. Plus, you don't want those utility outages. You don't want to be the guy that causes one of those. Again, it's presented by Black Hills Energy, ready to help you stay safe and stay prepared. For more information, go to blackhillsenergy.com/ready. We're also presented by Bud Light, proud sponsor of Razorback Athletics. Matt, I also wanted to ask your opinion of this basketball team last night. DJ Wagner, Boogie Flan, Big Z. I mean, these are guys that we were excited to watch for the first time. SEC Network, Chuck and Z on the call. They pulled double duty this weekend. How about the basketball team winning 85-69 against the number 1 team in the country for the season exhibition opener against Kansas?
Man, that's pretty cool. Ty, I'll be honest with you. I watched the World Series. I caught zero
Hey,
zero
nothing wrong with
seconds.
that. Nothing wrong with that, man. Grand slam. How about Freddie Freeman at the end, Matt?
Why do you? I didn't understand the pitch right there. But to your question or to what you're talking about, the basketball team, you got to think we're going to be uber athletic. But because that's a Coach Calipari team, it's can they play defense? Can they share the ball? It's more like understanding the game, because I would say 90% of the time, Ty, that the Coach Cal team goes out there, they're the most athletic team, and so if you can do that, that's always an advantage. And then, oh my goodness, man, what a way to start off the World Series. That was so cool.
Woo. Yeah, I mean, to end it like that, I've got a friend who's a giant
Who do you
Dodgers
got?
fan.
Did you make a pick in it?
I picked the Dodgers.
Okay, there you go.
In 7, even though the Yankees have more pitching right now, some injuries. I heard Phil point that out, but I've got some buddies that are diehard. That's probably not the right way to pick it, but it is a way. But a good start. One of the things you've talked about, and you just said right there, Matt, is athleticism. And the cool thing about this basketball team is, like last year you pointed out, is like, man, this team's just not that athletic. Whether it's the true freshmen and Boogie Flan, Carter Knox, and Billy Richmond, or the length of some of the guys like Diero on this basketball team, even Wagner to a certain extent. I think, Matt, when you do get your eyes on this team coming up, you're going to really, really like what they have. I really think that you're going to be, like you said, I mean, you just assume Cal's going to have some of the most athletic teams. I think he's got one in Fayetteville that he really, really likes, man.
Yeah, you're going to be athletic, so you got to be able to rebound a little bit. Can you hit open 3-pointers? There's going to be a skill set that's going to be elevated. I would say it would be like that Ricky Council, Anthony Black, Jordan Walsh team, because that team was super athletic, and then last year's team, it was just such a big drop off. I think you just couldn't out athlete anybody. But yes, man, I'm excited for. I think everybody is. Everybody, I think, still kind of pinching themselves. And I'm still going with what I said as soon as he was hired. Coach Cal, when he leaves the University of Arkansas, he will win 90% of his games in there in Bud Walton because of this atmosphere, that home court advantage, that crowd, and then having the team. He's going to crush it.
Let's go, man. Let's go. If you want to jump in here and talk World Series, basketball game last night, and, of course, the football game that just concluded. Again, our number 877-377-6963 is we're live at Harry Robinson Buick GMC on Hog Reaction. Tanner's up next. He's in Tupelo where the team was staying last night. Tanner, welcome into Hog Reaction, man.
What's up, guys? I'm on my way back to Tupelo. Just left the game a little while ago. And I wanted to say I'm very proud of the Razorback fan base that came down and showed out. I got to see an old buddy that I hadn't seen in 15 years there at the game. It's crazy how Razorback football brings us all together. But I have no complaints about the game. The game was great. But I have a challenge for you, Ty, and I think you're the guy that can get this done and pull this off. We need some sort of collaborative SEC fan-based petition to get rid of those cowbells. And I say that not as a Mississippi State hater, because I've lived in Mississippi for almost 7 years. State fans are good people. They're like our cousins. It's the Ole Miss fans that are trash. But my wife and kids did not even want to go to the game today because of the cowbells. So they stayed home. I went by myself with a buddy. That's how bad it is. I mean, even in an empty section, like if there's 2 cowbells, it's the worst. So I need you to get some sort of organization going and get rid of these cowbells for us.
Well, I'll see what I can do. Tanner, be safe driving back to Tupelo, man. We appreciate you calling into Hog Reaction, okay?
All right, whoop it, guys.
All right. So I'll go to something Sam Pittman said after the game. He was proud of the fans the way they traveled.
And I'll tell you this, too. We had a whole bunch of Arkansas fans here at the game today, and our team, myself, we all really, really appreciate that.
It's cool when you win on the road. Matt, you've been a part of SEC road victories before, but I kind of want to ask you, like Tanner gave the fan perspective, man. You played in Starkville before. I wonder your thoughts. I know you didn't have the headset communication that Taylor Green had today, but I mean, what's it like trying to coordinate an offense in that atmosphere with the cowbells? What is that like, man?
Well, when we played down there twice my 4 years, and it was it was always hostile. They get going, but I think the best thing you can do for that is what the Arkansas team did. We caused a turnover on the first drive, go get 7 points, kind of take the crowd out of it. I don't think it was too much of an issue, especially today when the offense was playing so well. What was there to cheer about for Mississippi State? They had like 4 good plays. Seriously, they kind of. They couldn't get out of their way, and it was, they had effort, they just didn't have talent.
Guys, I'm not going to lie, I'm regretting something this afternoon at 4:52. There was a prop bet on the Bet Saracen app that was plus 725 if Arkansas forced 1.5 fumbles and 1.5 interceptions. Of course, they got 5 total, and they hit both of those, so even a $10 bet would have netted $75, and I didn't have the you-know-whats or $72.50. I didn't have the you-know-whats to bet on that. I'm a little disappointed in myself because I was like, well, maybe they'll have a game like Auburn. They did, but they haven't even had a bigger output game. Eric in Boonville texting in that looking like Sam Pittman was in a lot of pain. I got a texter in that game that he was walking a limp, and he joked about this week. It's like, yeah, my hip has been killing me or whatever, asking how the hip is holding up. I mean, he's commented on it a little bit. That's just not something I don't know the recovery time on hip replacement surgery, but that's just not something I don't think he can do during the season, which is unfortunate. So I hope Coach feels better. I hope whatever medical stuff he can get, they can do that, but that is it. I know that is not necessarily hobbling him, but it's definitely not something that he is enjoying right now. Bob in Hartford texting in. Don't guess we'll hear much from the haters and the fire Sam Pittman coach this crowd this afternoon. Matt, they're 1 game away from a bowl. I know that's not what Arkansas fans want as a ceiling for this football program, but this was a game I don't know how you felt. I was nervous about. And I know you talked about this week, if they lose this game, I mean, we're on to basketball season. But after a performance like that, we're still squarely on to Ole Miss as they come into Fayetteville next weekend.
What a big game. Yeah, when you win, the games get a little bigger. And I did. I thought, I know the name on the marquee wasn't the best, but I thought going into this game, this was a very pivotal game. It was the biggest game of the year because you didn't want to have any type of 3-game losing streak right now before your bye week. Man, the team competed, and that's what you're going to have to do against Ole Miss is you're going to have to compete because Ole Miss they're right there. They're close. They're as good as A&M. They're as good as LSU. They're as good as Tennessee. So Ole Miss is a real team.
We're going to take another break here on Hog Reaction. I mentioned we're live at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. They've got state sales tax paid on every single one of their pre-owns right now. So if you're in the market, I was joking with one of the guys. It's like, hey, it was a little slower around during the game, but it has flooded since the game ended. So if you're in the market for pre-owned state sales tax paid the next few days through tomorrow, and then you can also take advantage of a lot of other incentives as well, like up to $10,000 off GMC Sierras, or you can do $7,000 and 0% financing. Come on by and see us, Harry Robinson Buick GMC, online at harryrobinson.com or at exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith. More Hog Reaction, myself, Cole Little, and the quarterback, Matt Jones, coming up next.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, presented by Bud Light, also presented by Black Hills Energy.
Need a little extra cash? Go see Rusty at Golden Gym Pond, 310 West Center in Greenwood. Get the money you need with loans on jewelry, guns, tools, and electronics. If you're looking for a gift, they have a large selection of jewelry to choose from, and Rusty can take care of all jewelry repair. Stop by Golden Gym Pond today, 310 West Center in Greenwood, or call 996-2792. Open 9 to 5:30 Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, and 9 to 3 on Wednesday. Golden Gym Pond.
The Newmeyer family is a mainstay in Fort Smith, and their newest restaurant, the Whippoorwill, has so much to offer. Friday night catfish, good. Tuesday nights, kids 10 and under eat free with an adult meal purchase. Don't forget about Whippoorwill for every Hogs game with their massive projection screen. For catering options, call 479-769-2095. Newmeyer's Whippoorwill Restaurant, now a part of the Newmeyer family.
You never know what you will walk up on or find over the hill at the Tackle Box. For almost 50 years, the Tackle Box has been your home for hunting and fishing supplies and some of the best outdoor stories. Whether guns, ammo, fishing supplies, or home decor, come back and see them again. They even buy your old fishing tackle or guns. The Tackle Box, your sports store for hunting, fishing, firearms, and more. 3010 Street, Fort Smith, 646-3193.
The adventure starts at the Tackle Box for sportsmen just like you.
Who can you trust to sell your home for the most money with the least amount of drama? You need a team of agents with decades of experience, commitment, and of course, tens of thousands in marketing. I'm talking about the Limbird team. Tara Limbird, Limbird Real Estate Group, has sold over $1 billion in real estate. Tara's team can give you a cash offer in 72 hours, or use Tara's high-octane marketing to sell your home quite possibly for thousands over asking. Find out more at limbirdteam.com. LIMBIRD.
Do you need help with your next project? Metters Lumber True Value is here to help. A family-owned business since 1936, the staff has more than 90 years of experience in construction and the hardware business. If they don't have what you need, they know how to get it, and they are more than happy to accommodate your special order. So whether it's building a new deck, a paint project around the house, or needing a new set of tools, Metters Lumber True Value has everything you need. With locations in Alma, Ozark, and Clarksville, and you can shop online at metterslumber.com. Metters Lumber True Value.
The tires on your vehicle go round and round, but when they don't, go to Van Alma Tire. They have tires in their name. That's their specialty. Van Alma Tire is all about tires. They have all the name brands and private labels available for you and in stock. So when it comes to getting tires for your ride, it's worth the drive. And financing is available. Ask for details. Whatever your tire need, check out Van Alma Tires on Highway 64 between Van Buren and Alma. Ready to get you rolling on new tires at Van Alma Tire.
Are you ready to indulge in an unforgettable fine dining experience? Then come join us at Uncorked, where every meal is a masterpiece, crafted with the finest ingredients to tantalize your taste buds. And with our extensive selection of cocktails, wine, craft beer, and bourbons, we've got something for everyone. So why not take a break from the ordinary and join us on Phoenix Avenue next to Sodi's? Come savor the moment with us at Uncorked, where every visit is a celebration.
Greatness doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, focus, and dedication. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that because we put in the hard work and dedication for decades. And that commitment is paid off with award-winning customer service for your auto, home, and life insurance.
See Agent Chris Dooley in Fort Smith.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, presented by Bud Light, proud sponsor of Arkansas Athletics. Also presented by Black Hills Energy. Stay safe, be prepared, save energy.
2nd down and 6, off play action. Van Buren in trouble, hit from behind, ball's on the ground. There's a scramble for it. The Razorbacks say they have it, they do. They're ruling in a fumble, and it's Arkansas's ball.
Welcome to the Pig Pen.
It's
So Colton, did the pig kill the dog? Is that what we're?
That's funny. I just noticed
It's
that.
just an allusion to a very, very small dog being just, being overpowered by a pig, man. That's how it works.
58-25, the final in Starkville. Guys, how about some of the plays that went against Mississippi State today? Colton, you just played one of them right there in the rejoin where in a fumble near the goal line. How about the tight end? I think his name's Traore, Matt, that he doesn't get in, throws the ball up in the air like a moron, and then they're back 15 yards. And
I like him, though, like his talent, though, yeah.
He can play.
Yeah.
He just that was a bonehead play. I mean, I'm going to be honest.
We had that
man,
one. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to just say that they had. It seemed like everything went against the Bulldogs today, and Arkansas was the benefit of that.
You're right. I think they couldn't get out of their own way a little bit. Although I like our defense fired up. I like them chippy, but it looked like we almost lost a little composure there when we were up. We were up 3 scores, and there was a little scuffle going on. I'd like to kind of. Did they comment on anything? Do we have any sound on that?
Let me see if I can. I don't know if there's anything that Pittman had to say, but you're right. Let's see. Yeah, I got something. Here you go.
We bent more than I wanted to, but then we got all those turnovers, and as we've seen, it's been us at times.
And that was what you're talking about in the second half, Matt, is like the defense, they let up a little bit after doing it. And they got those turnovers, like you mentioned. But how about, I mean, was it the second or third play from scrimmage that Landon Jackson comes off the edge, strips Van Buren, and then recovers the football for him? And he wasn't the one that stripped Van Buren on that second one. That was Jaden Johnson, but he was near him. Guys, he had himself a really, really good game today.
I'm sorry, Ty.
No, you're good. Yeah, I was just saying Landon Jackson, like the
Thought you were talking to Colton. My bad.
Open drive, guys just came off the edge like a man possessed and looked like the Landon Jackson that could be a second-round draft pick.
Oh, dude, I think he's a top 100 pick for sure. He's a leader. His motor goes, no question. He's our best player on defense. There's no question about it. And we have a lot of good players, man. I was really impressed with number 10, Story. I'm sorry. That dude flies around. He plays violent.
Yep.
He plays physical. During that scuffle, if you remember, there was an offensive lineman there, and he's just kind of there, and he just gives him a little forearm and almost knocks that dude on the ground. It's like he just has a next level strength that's pretty solid.
Well, it looked like Sori, like when he made that play, he's getting his face mask ripped off almost, and so that's at least what I saw. And there was a play, Matt, I don't know if you saw, where Van Buren looked like he was about to take off for 20 or 30 yards, and Sori just came out of nowhere. This is a kid that couldn't get on the field a lot at Georgia, and now he's a starter and maybe your best linebacker at Arkansas. That just goes to show you the talent disparity and the depth in Athens, Georgia defensively, but we're happy to have him in Fayetteville. There's no question about it.
Oh, dude's an absolute beast. And then I loved it for the former walk-on Hudson Clark. He's been a little bit banged up, and he's a competitor, man. He's kind of one of those Brandon Bullsworth type guys when you look at it, and he seemed to be in the right spot there. And I always feel like if they throw it in his direction and he gets his hands on it, he's going to come up with it.
5 turnovers the Arkansas defense forced today, and they got after this Mississippi State offense at time. It wasn't perfect by any stretch of the imagination. I know Travis Williams is going to have plenty to correct. Bobby Petrino will have some stuff to correct as well. But you will take a 58 to 25 point victory, I should say, victory in the Southeastern Conference on the road anytime that you can get it. One of the reasons that Arkansas was able to execute offensively was the lack of defensive linemen that Mississippi State was able to put on the field today just because of injuries, and I think they were missing a wide receiver too. I mean, that played a key role. We talked about you should just be able to run on these guys. Matt, Arkansas's offense just did whatever they wanted today.
They did whatever they wanted. I was so happy for DeBinion. Ty, I fumbled the ball in a game before, and you let your teammates down and you hate it. You're not trying to, and I know he did last week. And so all you do is you go pat him on the ass. You say, keep your head up. We're going to need you later. And that's what he did. He kept on grinding.
Running hard at the tail end.
Oh, I love it, dude. I'm a fan of his. I think he's a beast, and I think finally now maybe he has a little bit of that trust back. Because at any time in the second quarter, third quarter, you put him in as a change of pace back with the fresh legs. I love his vision. And he can run. He caught that wheel route again that was there. He has great hands out of the backfield. But I'm a DeBinion fan.
He goes 11 carries, 98 yards, and a touchdown.
2 more, man. We needed to see him get. That would have been. I wonder when the last time we had 2 running backs both rush for over 100 yards in a conference game. That would have been pretty cool.
That's a good question. I think what's a little worrisome if you're an Arkansas fan, it's like you're happy you got the victory, right? But your running back, depending on it all depends on Braylon Russell. But next weekend, I don't know if Jaquindon Jackson's ankle is going to be healed.
It might be DeBinion, huh?
Yeah, it might be DeBinion as a starter. And then you're after that, I guess you go Tyrell Reed, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't have to pull.
You think Hill's getting close? Is he? What was he on the? Was he probable this game or was
he? Yeah, he was a game time decision, I believe, and I guess they didn't feel confident enough to play. So that's a good point, Matt. We might see Rodney Hill next week, but guys, that's a room that's getting a little more banged up, and I hope that you get some guys back to help. Again, I don't know if Braylon Russell what he's going to be for next weekend. But that was just as the game was kind of getting near the end, Matt, as I'm watching kind of and thinking of ahead, I was like, all right, Ole Miss, who do you have for that? I don't know if any defensive players got hurt, but I was just thinking about the running back room, brother.
Yeah, no, that's you need a stable of backs, man. I'm telling you, every year that I played, I know this is 20 years ago, but every year I played, man, whoever you're starting running back's going to miss 2 or 3 games. If it's Cedric Cobbs, if it's Fred Talley, it's just it's the nature, man. It's a collision sport, and those running backs, they're an absolute beast, and they look like they've been in a car crash, after every game. It's like they got ice on their shoulders, ice on their knees, and they're walking gingerly like they're running backs, man. They're a special breed.
Well, when you rush for over 300 yards, running backs wise, I think between DeBinion and between Russell, they get over 250 between those two. I mean, that's a big deal. Taylor,
I had
Green
him
also,
over 225. I was
nailed it,
Phil
baby.
and I was like, man, I think they're both going to rush for over 225. And then, what about how healthy did Taylor Green look with his legs today to you?
Well, you tell me, man. That juke he had on that opening drive, how about it? I mean, that defensive back, he's gonna get crap from his teammates in the locker room for weeks to come. I mean, that's one of those that, you know how you get posterized in basketball? When you get shook like that on a football field, it is just it haunts you as a defender. That was one of the better moves. Yeah, it was filthy. It's a great word, Colton.
Brad Pitt invented the Euro step in the movie Troy. Manu Ginobili perfected the Euro step in the NBA, and then Taylor Green just busted out his own Euro step there. It was pretty sharp.
Yeah, he had himself a dandy of a day. 23 of 29, 314 yards, 5 touchdowns through the air. That's a 79% completion rate. And then on the ground, he added 79 yards and a touchdown too. So
Was he perfect on his? No, he threw that pick, so his QB rating wasn't perfect. Yeah, but he was close, man. That was I think he's getting better each week, Ty.
No, he is. And like last week, when you only finished with 30-some, I think it was 36 rushing yards. There's not a lot of quarterbacks that are going to have success throwing the football. And he looked like he was clicking in the first half, and things just, there was a play or two that went Arkansas's way, and then second half, just nothing went Arkansas's way. Ole Miss defensively, I think, is pretty good. They have some defensive line, like the kid Walter Nolan from Texas A&M. They got Prince something from Florida. They've already had some talent on that campus, so they're going to be able to get after Taylor Green a lot. He just had, I mean, when you counted up the seconds, like, man, I know you had this clock in your head when you were playing. He just had like 5, 6, 7 seconds at times to throw the football. That's just outside of the UAPB game. That hasn't happened much at all this year.
Yeah, no, that he was protected well. That makes it fun. That really does. I wonder. You look at Ole Miss's schedule, Ty, and I know that's next on the list, and they had where is their schedule right here? I got you.
They had Oklahoma today. They beat them 26-14.
But they got Georgia next, is what I'm saying.
Correct.
So how much do you think that hopefully they could be a little flat, maybe, if they're looking forward to Georgia, because that's a big game, but maybe not, because they know that if they have one more slip up, they can't make it. But if they win out, Ole Miss is in the playoff 12.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't think Georgia is going to fall in that game, and I think there could be some. I think you're onto something, Matt. I think with Arkansas being a team that maybe Ole Miss doesn't fear as much. Maybe fear is not the right word, but they don't respect as much as they do Georgia. Maybe there's a little look ahead. I've heard Jackson Dart, I've heard Lane Kiffin, and I'm paraphrasing, say, like, we got to win out in order to make the playoff, because that's the only way they do. But I don't know what they're walking into Fayetteville next week. And if I were to, because you've seen two different things, right? With the SEC opponents that have come into Fayetteville, Arkansas, you saw one of the best defensive performances of the year against Tennessee, one of the best offenses, at least at the time, in college football statistically. They've gone down a little bit. And then you saw a team against LSU that couldn't do anything offensively or defensively. So I really don't know what Arkansas team you're going to see next week. I hope it's more like the Tennessee squad, but you just never know with this football team at home. But they did, again, they went on the road and they got it done today.
Well, we give Ole Miss something to look at. You're going to have to respect the tight end a little bit more. The things that showed up on film today, they will prepare for. I'm telling you, number 11, Anthony, I think he's ready. There's an explosive play waiting on him. Satania as well. Did Satania did he have any catches today? Because
I think he had one. Let me pull that down. I know I remember one. He might have. Yeah. Anyway, 2 catches for 16 yards, man.
Yeah. Don't remember much, but I love Satania. Man, I'm telling you, I was more proud of Tyrone Broden this game than I have been any game this year. Because I know I give him a hard time is because I expect a lot out of a guy that's on the cover of our media guide. You know, if you're on the cover of the media guide, you got to play good football, and that dude played his best game, I thought, today. It was a shame that he didn't. Was that him that didn't get on the line of scrimmage because we had a legal formation?
Think so.
Yeah,
I think it was. But you mentioned one of the words you used earlier, Matt, was violent, like his yards after the catch. And him and Andrew Armstrong both have skill sets. Andrew's got better hands than him, I think we've seen this season. But you just want – this is a guy that like is 6'7" and runs like a 4.4. So you want to put him in situations where if he beats one guy, he can make a play, or he can go after the deep ball. And they're still – Petrino is still, again, 8 games into it, still trying to figure things out. And, again, they look – worlds better offensively at times than they did last season. There wasn't much light at the end of the tunnel for offensively last year. Hopefully they continue on the right track. If you want to jump in here, myself, Matt Jones, Colton Little, do so. 877-377-6963. What were your takeaways from Arkansas's 58-25 win over Mississippi State? Do you got any thoughts on the basketball team from last night? Maybe you want to talk a little World Series as the Dodgers are up 1-0 on the New York Yankees. We'll do all that when we return. It's Hog Reaction presented by Black Hills Energy and Bud Light live at Harry Robinson Buick GMC.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, presented by Bud Light, also presented by Black Hills Energy.
Hey, Hog fans, this is Elizabeth.
This is Robert. And this is Matt, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
Folks, it's the most wonderful time of the year.
No, it's not Christmas yet.
No, Mom, he's referring to football season.
Oh, speaking of football, guess what we just got in?
Season tickets?
Sideline passes?
Well, close. We just started receiving the Nike sideline apparel like hats and polos.
Yeah, but did we get jerseys?
Yeah, we got both kinds, cardinal and white.
We also have youth and adult sizes.
That's great. People have been asking for that for quite some time now. Matt, by the way, I did some research, and there's no shot for going viral.
Oh, Lord. Mom, he's a goner.
Anyway, besides Nike, we also have Champion, Cutter & Buck, Tommy Bahama, and many other brands.
All at the largest Razorback store south of the North Pole, which is 989 South Razorback Road, next to Baumwalker Stadium. Matt, you tell them all about them interweb page for him.
He means the website, which is shoponrazorback.com.
Or give us a call at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs!
This is Hog Reaction.
Hi, this is Lindsay White with White Office Machines. For over 90 years, my family's been serving the greater Fort Smith region with the image industry's newest technologies, as well as providing superior customer service through long-term business relationships. As the area's only authorized Kyocera document solutions dealer, White Office Machines provides the best value with high-speed copiers and the latest multifunction printers. Stop by our office in downtown Fort Smith or in Russellville. Follow us on Facebook or go to whiteoffice.com.
White Office Machines since 1929.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
There's more to a tractor than just horsepower. A tractor also needs weight to get that horsepower to the ground. With TYM, a heavier tractor comes standard. Many of the TYM models weigh more for the horsepower than comparable tractors from the big names. And tractors that weigh more, do more. See Bush Tractor at their new location at 6100 South Zero in Fort Smith, or log on to bushtractor.com to see how they can upgrade your productivity.
Presented by Sharp Equipment. Check out the new Whacker Newson ST45 at Sharp Equipment. It's bigger, bolder, and is ideal for lifting and loading. The vertical path lift arm allows for easy load placement in demanding applications where reach and height is a requirement. For compact, heavy equipment with a great deal of power, visit them and check out the new Whacker Newson lineup at Sharp Equipment, 6104 Highway 271 South in Fort Smith, or call them at 479-242-1406.
Do you need an attorney that you can actually speak with? You need Hickey & Hull Law Partners. The attorneys at Hickey & Hull understand the importance of client communication and are taking the time to meet you, respond to emails, and return calls. Every case is important, and they strive to give each one the time and attention it deserves. Call today, 479-434-2414, or visit them online at kevinhickeylaw.com. Hickey & Hull Law Partners. Things are about to get better.
Pickup truck, sports car, motorcycle, minivan, townhouse, two-story, farmhouse, fixer-upper. What you drive and where you live is different for everyone, so it's important to have insurance that fits your needs and is just right for you. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that, which is why our agents help you design a comprehensive auto, home, and life insurance plan. Insurance that fits just right.
See Agent Chris Dooley in Fort Smith.
Who can you trust to sell your home for the most money with the least amount of drama? You need a team of agents with decades of experience, commitment, and of course, tens of thousands in marketing. I'm talking about the Limbird team. Tara Limbird Real Estate Group has sold over $1 billion in real estate. Tara's team can give you a cash offer in 72 hours, or use Tara's high-octane marketing to sell your home quite possibly for thousands over asking. Find out more at limbirdteam.com. LIMBIRD.
Your home is your biggest asset. So when you decide to add a sunroom, a patio cover, a new driveway, or new windows, you need to call a company you can trust. Sawyers has been part of your community for over 30 years. They're insured, licensed, and have 100% financing for all of their products. Take all the worry out of your next project. Call Sawyers and let them handle it from permitting to completion. Sawyers, serving the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas with a full showroom located in Fort Smith, or online at sawyers-sunrooms.com.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, presented by Bud Light, proud sponsor of Arkansas Athletics. Also presented by Black Hills Energy. Stay safe, be prepared, save energy.
Second down and 6, off play action. Van Buren in trouble, hit from behind, ball's on the ground. There's a scramble for it. The Razorbacks say they have it, they do. They're ruling in a fumble, and it's Arkansas's ball.
Welcome to the pick game.
It's
All right, back here on Hog Reaction, we're live at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Take advantage of state sales tax paid on all their pre-owns today and tomorrow, plus up to $3,000 off and 0.9% financing on all 2024 Buick Encore GXs. A lot of deals, a lot of incentives going on right now at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Come on by and see us. You can always online at harryrobinson.com. Harry Robinson Buick GMC, exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith. Matt, you were talking about this touchdown a little earlier.
Man, down around the goal line, caught, touchdown, Arkansas. Jordan Anthony with the catch, and the Razorbacks have broken it open.
Matt, I think what's encouraging about Taylon's day is not only does he go 23 of 29, but it wasn't a heavy Andrew Armstrong day. And you know I love Andrew Armstrong maybe more than anyone, but he only had 4 catches. Now, he put on 76 yards and had 17 yards after the catch, but, I mean, he threw it to Armstrong, Haas, Tesla, DeBinion, Pushka, Poshka, Broden, Satania. I mean, he got 9 different receivers involved in today's ball game today, man.
It was the most comfortable I'd seen him look in the pocket. It was the most comfortable I've seen him look getting from his first read to his second read to his third read. I want to say at least 2 of those passes. I know that 7 route to Tesla, that was his third read on that play, you know, and so he was, yeah. I just thought Taylon Green, and I know it's you know, Braylon Russell did his thing too, but just composure. I thought it was his best game that he played, just understanding the offense. Just he looked so comfortable out there today.
Matt, take us through the balance when you're back there in the pocket and you've got that again, that clock going off in your head. How do you balance knowing when to either throw it away, go into another read? Like is it a feel out game? Maybe take us inside the pocket for a sec.
Yeah, I mean each thing's situational. It's kind of the flow of the game and what's going on. And Taylon's doing a really good job of beating the blitz with his legs. You can beat it with your arm if you want to. And he can do that as well. I want to say he was 14 of 17 in the first half, something like that. I mean, just looked good. I really think he's just understanding the offense a little bit better. And then I do think it was the opponent. And I'm not gonna sit here and bash Mississippi State, but let's be honest. I mean, that's not that's the what is there 16 teams in the SEC? That's the one that has 16 beside it.
Yeah. That's just to call a spade. They're now 1-7 on the year, and things are not looking great for Jeff Lebby's squad. Let's talk to Scott. He's in Eureka Springs. He's got some thoughts on this big win tonight on Hog Reaction. Scott, welcome to the program.
Hey, thanks so much for taking my call. Yeah, it was a great win today. We needed to go down there and beat them soundly like we did, and I thought, man, it was a great example of next man up. This team has been that way all year long, especially offensively, and with Russell coming in and Dominion, go Hogs. That's all I can say, man. I think we got a good chance to get to Ole Miss next week.
I do too. Scott, appreciate the call. It is cool, Matt, to be in a situation as a true freshman. I know that Braylon's carried the ball. He was a big part of that drive against Tennessee, but first time you get to start at the running back position on the road in the Southeastern Conference, and to have the day he has. I mean, you couldn't ask, outside of not pulling the hamstring at the end, Matt, couldn't ask for a better day if you're Braylon Russell.
Man, he looked good. He looked ready. He's not a freshman anymore. That's the thing. It's you're a number until you make a play. And so he was number 0, Reverend Billy Corgan. I like it. Maybe he's a Smashing Pumpkins fan. I don't know. But now he's Braylon Russell. He's making plays. He's not a freshman anymore. Absolutely excited for that kid. I really think he's the type of guy that I think he'll play on Sundays. You just want to keep him healthy because his skill set, man, you don't want to tackle him. You think of tackling who's your boy for the Baltimore Ravens, Henry. It's like you don't want to tackle him for 60 minutes. Same thing with Russell. You don't want to tackle him all game.
It is a tough ask to try and bring Braylon Russell down each and every time. 253 pounds. That gets annoying if you're a defensive back, much less if even if you're a linebacker or a defensive tackle, it just wears on you a little bit. I'm hoping Jaquindon Jackson is back for this game against Ole Miss. But, Matt, as we look ahead to Ole Miss, you were kind of talking about it a little bit earlier. They've got 2 losses, 2 stains already on the schedule. Georgia the next weekend. Lane Kiffin, I know. I wonder your thoughts on Kiffin. I think he's on his way to Gainesville. Colton, I think you agree.
Yeah.
I just don't. I don't anticipate him being the next head or the remaining the head coach in Oxford, Mississippi. I wonder you guys' thoughts on that.
Well, I think Kirby Smart there at Georgia. I think Brian Kelly at LSU. And then you look at, maybe Stark. I'm not as high as on Stark as a lot of other people. I like Elko at A&M, and then I like Lane Kidd. Like, if you're going to say what he is, I think he's a top 5 coach in the SEC. I don't think there's any denying that. I think the dude is super talented. He knows how to relate to kids. He's an offensive wizard, and he's making Jackson Dart, who will never take a snap on Sundays, look like maybe you might want to draft him. I mean, Jackson Dart can't play on Sundays, and he makes him look good, So Lane Kiffin's is, in my opinion, he's a top 4, top 5 coach in the SEC.
One of the best things he did, I remember after Corral threw those 6 picks against the Razorbacks, is he pulled him aside. He was either in the press conference or maybe he was caught off, and he was just like, this is my fault. I got to do a better job of coaching you up. And he took accountability, even though Corral made the majority of that. Colt, I think you're on my train, man. I think you're kind of thinking that Lane Train's going to wind up in Gainesville. I don't see a coach that's engaged offensively at all in Oxford right now.
No, a lot of what Lane Kiffin's made his money on throughout his career is being that innovative guy, the guy at the front of the bus when it comes to, hey, the new cutting edge thing in offense that's got everybody on their heels and everybody a little bit confused. And here at Ole Miss, some of that's kind of run its course. It seems like he's a little bit bored, and that's all kind of speculation as to where he'll end up. I know he likes the sunny beaches down there in Florida, so that kind of seems like a good spot. The Gators' schedule lends itself towards them firing that guy that probably just end up in his mom's basement down there in rural Central Florida. But anyway, I would say that for the here and now, Lane Kiffin, and every time he's brought his Ole Miss team to Fayetteville, and every time this Arkansas team takes on Ole Miss, it is a battle. I mean, it is a high-scoring affair, and in somebody is going to go to the hospital for cardiac arrhythmia. So I think that whatever they come in here, they're definitely going to be looking ahead to Georgia. Definitely not considering this Arkansas team. And the last couple of times that they've come into Arkansas, we've actually kind of put the whooping on them and ran through their defense several times. So I think that's going to be the same thing that happens this time around. And Matt, I'm with you. Jackson Dart, not a chance. Not a chance.
He's a competitor, and he's a really good college quarterback. Yeah, and I'm not talking bad about the kid, and I know you're not either. But his arm's not.
Oh, I will, Matt.
Well,
go ahead.
His arm's not strong enough to play on Sundays. All I'm saying.
Yeah, listen, I have no issue whatsoever talking bad about an Ole Miss quarterback or any other SEC quarterback for a matter. Maybe I need to raise my morals when it comes to talking about those guys, but I really don't feel like
they've really just embodied that pouty,
he's
flashy
a tool.
Lane.
It is
that pouty, flashy
unbelievable.
Lane kind of
It's
Kiffin
this
thing.
tool.
Yeah.
And there's a word that begins with D and ends with G that I can't use, but that's just what he is. Like any Ole Miss quarterback, he embodies that word, and everyone knows what I'm talking about. Just don't necessarily want to utter
Very
it on
Bo
the radio.
Wallace. Very Bo Wallace.
Very Bo Wallace. By the way, Alabama currently up 27-0 on Missouri heading into the fourth quarter. Vanderbilt, unfortunately, going to have to put it away to Texas. They're down 24-10 in Nashville. Diego Pavia is going to have to do everything he can in these next two quarters to get things going for the Doors. Other games today, Ohio State squeaks one out against Nebraska, 21-17. Zach Arns' Fighting Irish whooped on Navy, unfortunately. I was hoping the midshipmen would get it done 51-14. Indiana won again. Ole Miss won 26-14. Boise State was 29-24, and then Pittsburgh beat Syracuse 41-13. Matt, I know you talked about Genty a little bit. I've heard y'all's conversation on halftime. Do we kind of want Boise State to make the playoff to at least see what he could do against an SEC or Big Ten defense, or you just not want them involved at all?
Oh, I don't know. I don't have any. I like Boise State, and I like Genty. You look at his schedule, and you look at the teams he's faced. All I'm saying is he can't be your first place Heisman vote because he hasn't played anybody. He's played two real games. You think, and that's not denying his talent. And if you want to, that's okay. I don't really have a dog in the fight, but the dude's going to play on Sundays. He's a bona fide star. I get that, but I just don't think that you can give the Heisman Trophy. I mean, if Darren McFadden goes through the SEC at the University of Arkansas and just absolutely crushes everybody, and he loses the Heisman to the homie he lost it to, he's
Troy Smith.
He's better than Genty, like he is like. And so I don't know what the thoughts are, but and I'm not a voter. But I just can't vote for a guy for a Heisman if you don't play in the Power Four, like if you're not playing with the big boys.
And I think that's a fair approach, and I'm curious as we get closer to that part what kind of Heisman voters are thinking about that. All right, we've got another break today. It's Hog Reaction. It's presented by Black Hills Energy and Bud Light. Black Hills Energy. In the state of Arkansas, you need to call 811 or click before you did. It's a free service, and it's for your safety. Maybe you're just digging to plant a tree or you're digging a trench. You must contact 811. We want to prevent damage to underground utilities you can't see. Keeps you and your family and the community safe. It also prevents utility outages that are inconvenience to everyone. You don't want to get blamed for that. This message presented by Black Hills Energy. They're ready to help you stay safe and are prepared to help you save energy. Black Hills Energy ready. Stay safe. Be prepared. Save energy. For more information, go to blackhillsenergy.com/ready. And by Bud Light, proud sponsor of Arkansas Athletics. We roll on Hog Reaction for another 30 minutes next.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, presented by Bud Light, also presented by Black Hills Energy.
Your home is your biggest asset. So when you decide to add a sunroom, a patio cover, a new driveway, or new windows, you need to call a company you can trust. Sawyers has been part of your community for over 30 years. They're insured, licensed, and have 100% financing for all of their products. Take all the worry out of your next project. Call Sawyers and let them handle it from permitting to completion. Sawyers, serving the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas with a full showroom located in Fort Smith or online at sawyers-sunrooms.com.
Whether you're planting a tree in your backyard or trenching at a construction site, a call to 811 helps prevent dangerous damage to underground utilities and is the first step in keeping yourself and your community safe. Hitting a line can knock out service to your home and neighborhood, resulting in fines, damages, serious injury, or worse. Safety is in your hands. Call 811 before you dig. It's easy, it's free, and it's the law. This message is brought to you by Black Hills Energy.
This is Hog Reaction.
Are you an angler having trouble finding all the bait, tackle, and more for your fishing needs? Make a Wake Bait and Tackle, now located in Fort Smith next to Witts Marine on North 11th Street, is your place. Make a Wake Bait and Tackle also has the largest selection of plastics in the River Valley. Reactor Innovation, Bobby Garland, Zoom, Mega Bass, and more. Check out the Daiwa Rod and Reels. Make a Wake Bait and Tackle, 803 North 11th Street at Fort Smith, 479-926-9320. Also get your rod and reels repaired. Come see us next to Witts Marine at Make a Wake Bait and Tackle.
Missing or broken teeth? Sharp Smiles wants you to start chewing again with dental implants. Scared of the dentist? Sharp Smiles will help you overcome your fear. Big dental problems? Sharp Smiles Modern Dentistry and Implants is your answer to your dental needs and services, where your smile is top priority. Get the smile you have always wanted from the friendly faces at Sharp Smiles. 2600 Market Trace, Suite B, off Jenny Lind across from Harps. For more information, visit the website at sharpsmilesdds.com or call 648-9988.
Hurry up, dude. The game's about to start.
Nothing beats spending the day watching the game with your buddies.
Dude, I'm literally right here. Let's do this.
Which is why a shelter insurance renter's policy is key to your winning game plan. It protects things your landlord's policy doesn't.
Dude, where's your TV?
What? No way, dude.
Like that flat screen TV that just got stolen.
Call Jason Hill in Greenwood or Wade Gilkey in Fort Smith.
Colorworks Paint and Body in Barling offers professional automotive painting, bodywork, and fabrication that is unsurpassed in talent and dedication. Owner Andy Harrod uses the latest in collision repair technology to ensure all damage is addressed, whether it's visible or hidden, and works with all insurance companies. Andy and his crew have the experience and commitment to give you complete trust in the repair of your vehicle, no matter the size of the job. Colorworks is located at 1206 4th Street in Barling, across from Dollar General, and is on Facebook, where you can check out their work.
You never know what you will walk up on or find over the hill at the Tackle Box. For almost 50 years, the Tackle Box has been your home for hunting and fishing supplies and some of the best outdoor stories. Whether guns, ammo, fishing supplies, or home decor, come back and see them again. They even buy your old fishing tackle or guns. The Tackle Box, your sports store for hunting, fishing, firearms, and more. 3010 Street, Fort Smith, 646-3193.
The adventure starts at the Tackle Box for sportsmen just like you.
Celebrate your pastor at the Solid Rock this month. October is Pastor Appreciation Month, and to help you celebrate, the Solid Rock is giving you a $5 gift card to give to your pastor with any purchase of $50 or more. And while you're there, be sure to check out the wonderful assortment of items that would make great pastor appreciation gifts. Celebrate Pastor Appreciation Month at the Solid Rock, the store that honors Christ all year long, off South 74th near Sam's Club.
This is Ricky Young with Mr. Cabbage Head and the Screaming Radishes, vegetable-related rock for a healthier lifestyle. When we have any problem at all, we call 782-8940.
It's a great time to take advantage of York Factory rebates on high-efficiency HVAC products. Give us a call at 782-8940.
That's 782-8940.
Need a little extra cash? Go see Rusty at Golden June Pond, 310 West Center in Greenwood. Get the money you need with loans on jewelry, guns, tools, and electronics. If you're looking for a gift, they have a large selection of jewelry to choose from, and Rusty can take care of all jewelry repair. Stop by Golden Gym Pond today, 310 West Center in Greenwood, or call 996-2792. Open 9 to 5:30 Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, and 9 to 3 on Wednesday. Golden Gym Pond.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, presented by Bud Light, proud sponsor of Arkansas Athletics. Also presented by Black Hills Energy. Stay safe, be prepared, save energy.
2nd down and 6, off play action. Van Buren in trouble, hit from behind, ball's on the ground. There's a scramble for it. The Razorbacks say they have it, they do. They're ruling in a fumble, and it's Arkansas's ball.
Welcome to the Pigpen.
It's
All right, the showroom floor at Harry Robinson is going nuts right now because Vanderbilt just scored and it pulled within, I think, 7 pending a PAT of the Texas Longhorns late in the 3rd quarter. Matt, what would we pay for Vanderbilt to pull this thing out for the next 15 or so minutes?
I wonder if it's are you believing? Do you have hope yet? I guess that's what I should ask because I don't. I think Texas is going to win by double digits. But yes,
double digits. Okay.
I'm rooting for Vandy, but I think Texas they're too strong.
Yeah, they've got a good team. We're live again. It's Hog Reaction presented by Black Hills Energy and Bud Light. We're live at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Take advantage of state sales tax paid today and tomorrow. Come by and see us. Every single pre-owned vehicle. Take advantage of that. That's the good game. Missouri and Alabama, again, not a game at all. Guys, what do we think about College Station tonight? LSU, Texas A&M. Where's our heart at right now? Matt, you start. Colin, you follow it up.
Well, it's going to be about Brian Kelly's offense to Mike Elko's defense. Can you get pressure on that quarterback from LSU? If you get 0 sacks, like Arkansas did, I'm going to go LSU. If you can get to him 3, 4, 5 times, make it stressful, get a turnover. That Texas A&M front 7 is just as good as anybody in the country. I think they're going to try to run the ball. I expect a theater, Ty. I think this is going to be a 1-score game, and I think it's a coin flip. I really do.
Well, if you remember, I think it was 2 years ago, guys. It might have been 4, but that was the game that went into 7 overtimes.
That's what I'm hoping for, baby.
A&M pulled out.
1 o'clock in the morning, them dragging players off the field. I don't want anybody to get seriously hurt, but like Matt said, just like absolute cinema, just another iconic matchup. And I think that to the inverse of that, I think it depends on what A&M comes out and does. If they have Connor Wegman show up and kind of throw the ball around like he's shown he's capable of doing this season, A&M has a decent shot if they can protect their quarterback. Now, Texas A&M's defensive line, they will get after Nussmeier a little bit. They are really, really good. It's probably be one of the biggest tests that LSU has had up front all season. So I'm thinking I'm going to give the edge at night in Kyle Field. I like the Aggies in this one, man.
All right, so my thoughts on this is I had no idea Garrett Nussmeier was this good, and this is the show me game, right? He beat Ole Miss, the Magnolia Bowl at home. I know they wanted Fayetteville, but this is a different animal they're walking into. You're talking about the defensive line for the Aggies. Matt, I'm glad you're not getting rushed at by Nick Scourton anymore because that is just a man among boys at times. He is a stud. They've got a couple guys in the defensive line that are just scary. And unfortunately, Taylor Green was on his backside a few times in Jerry World that you had to deal with. But it's going to be a really intriguing game. I'll say this. 1, I didn't think Nussmeier would be this good. He is the best quarterback in the SEC right now as it stands. 2, didn't think LSU and Texas A&M would both be the only SEC undefeated, at least in conference, and yet they are. So it's been a wild SEC ride. And again, Vanderbilt's within a touchdown of Texas right now. This has just been a fun conference season so far, Matt.
Oh man, the SEC. That's why it's the best conference in the world. It really is. Kids want to get to the SEC, and you think of a guy like Blackstock who came over from, is it Eastern Michigan? And
I think it's Michigan State. Yeah.
Sorry, but I was excited for him today. I thought this was his best game that he's played as a Razorback, and maybe he's in his natural position. But when you have guys in the portal, that's what you want to get tested against. So whenever you're getting scouted or you want to go to the NFL Combine or your goal is to play on Sundays. And so if you get the chance to play in the SEC and you can prove it there, they'll take you over a guy in the Big 12 or over a guy in the Pac-12. If you can do it in the SEC, chances are you can do it on Sunday as well.
Our number again is 877-377-6963 if you want to hop in with Matt Jones and myself. Appreciate Black Hills Energy and Bud Light being the presenting sponsors for Hog Reaction. Again, also presenting. Also appreciate us being live here at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. So you've got a couple things to pay attention to tonight. That also, I'm kind of intrigued, to be honest, by this. Even though it's a not an SEC game, you got Penn State and Madison, Wisconsin. Those are kind of the bigger games tonight for college football. Basketball-wise, Arkansas. Colton, help me on this. Next Friday is the next exhibition game against TCU in Fort Worth. I believe that. So we got to wait a week, unfortunately, to take in any more Arkansas basketball. But you were talking to me during the break. You really liked what you saw from this team. A lot of guys that can play and a lot of guys that Cal has to work with this upcoming season.
Just bounce and athleticism. And, I mean, you see when they flash across the bottom of the screen, number 16, number 15, number 14 in the ESPN 300. I think Arkansas fans, other than Walsh and all those guys in that 1 year, we're still not accustomed to seeing all that. We need to get accustomed to seeing all that. That's the type of player that Calipari is going to bring in year after year. And so it was exciting to see that athleticism and, all that promised basketball hype we've heard from kind of the offseason on display for a night in a different format. And, I think Calipari mentioned it. Everybody's kind of mentioned it. Kansas did not have their A squad out there. They're missing, Dickinson and a few other guys, but that doesn't stop the fact that Boogie Flan went out there and cooked those guards that weren't missing. And so, Wagner kind of went out there and had his way a little bit too. And, Big Z looked good. So it doesn't change a whole lot, the fact that the team still looks really good and a lot better than I thought they would coming out early.
And hopefully that continues to be the case. Again, our number 877-377-6963. We're just going to go right to the phone lines. All right, you're on Hog Reaction. Who's this?
It's Brian in Ozark.
Brian, you're in a tie one in Nashville, man. Are you getting worried?
Not at all.
Why?
Why would I?
Because it's a 7-point game heading into the fourth quarter near?
Yeah, well, you know what? Texas will score 2 more touchdowns before the end of the game. So.
I guess I shouldn't be surprised, but the fact that it's this close when you said that Texas was going to blow Vanderbilt out and Vanderbilt showed up and is given out a heartfelt performance thus far. I mean, the arrogance is so egregious in this situation; it's absurd. I mean, Brian, you're literally a player 2 away from being tied right now on the road in the Southeastern Conference. Do you not understand the gravity of where your team is?
Yeah, sure do.
The Wire. Hold up, Wire. Okay, you're proudly a Texas fan. Why are you calling this radio show during the midst of an important game for your football team?
Well, I just wanted to ask. I mean, I know that you think that Arkansas had a great
no, Brian. Why?
Because
your
I know
football team's only up by 7 on the road. What Arkansas fan do you know that would do this?
Green or Jalen Milroe, we have Quinn Ewers, best quarterback in college football.
He is not I was wrong about that. He's not the best quarterback in college football.
Well, you're
He's too injury
an
prone.
Arkansas fan. You think your quarterback
that has nothing to do with my opinion about the best quarterback in college football. Nothing at all.
Yeah. We'll see. No fear. We got 3 cupcakes from here to now. We got Florida and Arkansas and Kentucky next. All cupcakes.
Well, I'm going to be honest. I mean, Georgia had that opinion of Kentucky. They barely won. Ole Miss had that opinion of Kentucky. They didn't win. Texas has had that opinion of Arkansas before, and we've seen what's come of that. It's been in Texas
with
loss.
crap players. We had crap players last
time. You didn't have crap players when you were number 1 in 1981. You didn't have crap players over the course of Southwest Conference days when Arkansas won that football game. You were glossing over. You're using a statement to gloss over the entire realm of history of Texas football. And frankly, it's just not true.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to let you watch your game. I'm going to try to be a good human being and let you watch your game because it's literally Matt. And Colton, I'm blown away that he just called. It's literally a 7-point game near the fourth quarter his team is on the ropes right now. I know they're not losing. I just can't imagine an Arkansas fan doing that.
That was the one time that you didn't let me screen the call. So I do apologize to that.
That's not your fault.
I would have told him the same thing. I would have told him, Brian, your team is like, I mean, you should be scared right now. Like, do you have an extra pair of jeans to change into? Like, come on.
Shocked.
Like, please.
His mom's currently doing laundry right now. All right, we got to take another break. Again, one more segment of Hog Reaction. I hope Vanderbilt scores two more touchdowns. Matt, I tend to agree with you. I think Texas might pull it out, but my gosh,
we're all rooting for Vandy.
We're all on the Doors train. More Hog Reaction. Final segment coming up live from Harry Robinson Buick GMC, presented by Black Hills Energy and Bud Light. Coming your way next.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, presented by Bud Light, also presented by Black Hills Energy.
Hanging with Danny Cobb at American Welding Laboratories. Danny, tell us about the school.
Well, Tommy, we're going on 3 years in operation. We teach all aspects of welding, from stick welding all the way to combination pipe.
So how's the job market these days?
Job market's wide open, whether you want to stay local or hit the road. As a licensed institution, we have access to many grants, including the GI Bill now.
Great. How do we get started?
Come by 4400 South 16th, take a tour, talk to our instructors.
It's American Welding Laboratories. Find out more at theweldinglab.com.
Your home is your biggest asset. So when you decide to add a sunroom, a patio cover, a new driveway, or new windows, you need to call a company you can trust. Sawyers has been part of your community for over 30 years. They're insured, licensed, and have 100% financing for all of their products. Take all the worry out of your next project. Call Sawyers and let them handle it from permitting to completion. Sawyers, serving the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas with a full showroom located in Fort Smith, or online at sawyers-sunrooms.com.
This is Hog Reaction.
Hey, is your roof leaking? Do you have hail or wind damage? Is it just looking old and worn out? If so, you need to call Hoghead Roofing, a family-owned and operated roofing company where the #1 customer is you. They will give you their honest opinion on whether your roof needs replaced or repaired. They have folks that have worked on the insurance side so they can assist with all claims. Licensed, insured, and ready to serve you. Call Hoghead Roofing today at 479-522-0840. God bless.
Are you an angler having trouble finding all the bait, tackle, and more for your fishing needs? Make a Wake Bait and Tackle, now located in Fort Smith next to Witts Marine. On North 11th Street is your place. Make a Wake Bait and Tackle. Also has the largest selection of plastics in the River Valley. Reactor Innovation, Bobby Garland, Zoom, Mega Bass, and more. Check out the Daiwa Rod and Reels. Make a Wake Bait and Tackle. 803 North 11th Street in Fort Smith. 479-926-9320. Also get your rod and reels repaired. Come see us next to Witts Marine at Make a Wake Bait and Tackle.
Pickup truck, sports car, motorcycle, minivan, townhouse, two-story, farmhouse, fixer-upper. What you drive and where you live is different for everyone, so it's important to have insurance that fits your needs and is just right for you. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that, which is why our agents help you design a comprehensive auto, home, and life insurance plan. Insurance that fits just right.
Call Jeff Clark in Fort Smith or Brad Howe in Van Buren.
Hanging with Danny Cobb at American Welding Laboratories. Danny, tell us about the school.
Well, Tommy, we're going on 3 years in operation. We teach all aspects of welding, from stick welding all the way to combination pipe.
So how's the job market these days?
Job market's wide open, whether you want to stay local or hit the road. As a licensed institution, we have access to many grants, including the GI Bill now.
Great. How do we get started?
Come by 4400 South 16th, take a tour, talk to our instructors.
It's American Welding Laboratories. Find out more at theweldinglab.com.
Fall is here, and that means cooler weather, football, and family, which makes it the perfect time to visit Southern Tire Mart, your family's #1 tire store. Southern Tire Mart is your trusted partner for top quality tires, professional services, and competitive pricing. Visit us in Fort Smith at 9700 Highway 271 and let us ensure your vehicle is ready for anything fall brings your way. Southern Tire Mart is a proud dealer of Yokohama tires. We keep America rolling.
If you are involved in a divorce or custody case, you want an attorney you can trust to guide you through the process. The attorneys at Hickey and Hole Law Partners have over 7 decades of combined experience. Hickey and Hole have seen and heard nearly every scenario you can imagine, ready to put that experience to work for you to get the best results. Visit kevinhickeylaw.com or give them a call today, 479-434-2414. Hickey and Hole Law Partners. Things are about to get better.
Sometimes I'm in a hurry. Stay in the slow lane, buddy. That's when I use the Sodies app to order my favorites and pick up in their drive-thru. They even offer a 10% discount on your first app order. Experience different at Sodies Wine and Spirits off I-540 on Phoenix Avenue.
Every day is worth celebrating at Uncorked. Cocktails, wine, craft beer, bourbons, and unbelievably great food. Uncorked on Phoenix Avenue next to Sodies.
Colorworks Paint and Body in Barling offers professional automotive painting, bodywork, and fabrication that is unsurpassed in talent and dedication. Owner Andy Harrod uses the latest in collision repair technology to ensure all damage is addressed, whether it's visible or hidden, and works with all insurance companies. Andy and his crew have the experience and commitment to give you complete trust in the repair of your vehicle, no matter the size of the job. Colorworks is located at 1206 Fort Street in Barling, across from Dollar General, and is on Facebook, where you can check out their work.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, presented by Bud Light, proud sponsor of Arkansas Athletics. Also presented by Black Hills Energy. Stay safe, be prepared, save energy.
2nd down and 6, off play action. Van Buren in trouble, hit from behind, ball's on the ground. There's a scramble for it. The Razorbacks say they have it, they do. They're ruling in a fumble, and it's Arkansas's ball.
Welcome to the Picton.
I don't think I've ever been more invested in a Vanderbilt football game than I am right now. They trail 24-17. There's a little over 12 minutes to go. Ewers just got sacked, unlike Brian and Ozark's prediction. Not Brian and Ozark. Brian. I refuse to connect those two due to the good people of Ozark. So Vanderbilt is driving right now. Looks like they just got a first down. Guys, it could happen, boys. It could happen. Let's make it happen. Hopefully it does.
Vandy's got the Cinderella mojo going, man. They did. They got that sack. And you know what? I know you're busy but I thought you handled it well, Todd.
Thanks, man. Thanks. Again, we're live on Hog Reaction, presented by Black Hills Energy and Bud Light. We're here at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. If you want to come by and see us, exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith, state sales tax paid on all their pre-owned vehicles today and tomorrow as well. Guys, as we continue to unpack this Arkansas game, you're welcome to call or text us at 877-377-6963. Jamie asked, why does Brian called in? That's a good question. I don't know why. I'm not calling into another radio program if Arkansas is in the middle of a football game, to be honest, but that's his take. Any final takeaways, guys, from this dominating 58-25 victory today? Anything else?
I thought we showed our depth. I was proud of Broden. I thought this was Broden's best game. And you know, it's tough sometimes when you struggle and you try to act like you don't hear the outside noise. But the dude showed why he was on the cover of the media guide, and I was proud of him. And then proud of Russell as well, man. Just the way the team played, the way they went out there and competed. You can't say enough good things about him, man. It was a much-needed win, and I was proud of Bobby Petrino as well. I thought it was his best game he's called. He probably won't say it is. You know, it's Mississippi State. I get it. He'll be humble, but I thought he did whatever he wanted. He was pressing all the right buttons.
I want to also mention a guy that we haven't said yet. How about Matthew Shipley? Here's Pittman after the game.
Hey, how about Shipley? Shipley makes every one of his field goals, which I thought was huge for us. It'll be huge in the future, huge for his confidence.
I mean, this is a guy that takes over the job from Kyle Ramsey due to an injury. Didn't have the best showing last week, and then comes in and knocks down some key. Now, I think they were going to win this game regardless, but just for him to hit not only all his PATs but his field goal, guys, I think in a game next week against Ole Miss, which I think we're all expecting it to be close, that was big for his confidence heading into next weekend.
Those kickers are good, man. It's almost like shooting a free throw. It's kind of in between the ears. The dude has talent, and couldn't be more proud of him. I think he had 16 points today. He was the leading scorer.
How about that? How about that? Your kicker ends up doing that. I mean, sometimes that happens when you kick as many PATs as he was able to do today. But again, the one that everyone's talking about, Braylon Russell, Pittman also complimented him after the game.
The thing about being a good player, your team around you has to believe in you. And what he did at practice, I think the team believed, hey, we get on our blocks, this big guy's going to make a lot of runs for us. And certainly the one coming off the goal line was just beautiful.
Yeah, if he doesn't hurt his hammy in that situation, guys, he might that might be a house call. But unfortunately, hopefully he's okay. Again, the big question mark, I think a lot of people are going to be asking heading this week, Matt, what does your running back room look like heading into Ole Miss? You mentioned Rodney Hill earlier. I would expect him to be ready to go for next weekend. But whether it's Jaquinta Jackson or Braylon Russell, those are guys that I think people have questions about.
Man, the running backs put on a show. You wish you had a bye week for them to rest up, but that's why you have a stable of backs. And we talked about this before the season started. And when you were talking about depth, we all, I think in unison, pretty much everybody thought the running back depth was the best on the team at any one position. And what's to say? I mean, I think DeBinion kind of had enough of a game today where he's kind of in game shape now. He could be RB1. He can get the rock 20 times if need be.
Yeah, I hope they're willing to feed him the football because he's going to be the one that gets it next week. They were very complimentary. Sam Pittman was very complimentary at Braylon Russell, and hopefully he'll be kind of the same way towards Rashad Dominion. Hopefully you get Jaquinta. Honestly, I'm hoping you get Jaquinta Jackson and Rodney Hill back so it's kind of spread out a little bit like we saw today. But we'll just have to wait and see on that.
Ty, I thought that the team did a good job today of converting points off of our turnovers that we created.
Great point.
Something we haven't done all season long. I feel like in that Auburn game we got a lot of turnovers. We didn't convert as many points off them as we'd like to. And in this game today, it seemed like every time that we got the ball in an advantageous spot, we created a bigger advantage for ourselves. And that is kind of the trademark of a Bobby Petrino offense and the type of team that Sam Pittman wants to have, a team that steps on your throat every chance that they get to.
Yeah, and they were able to do that today. I mean, again, 58-25. I'd say that's pretty much what you're trying to do. Singlay from Danville. Brian called in because he has no live cable. Must be out of his mom's basement. Mount Mitchell in Fort Smith is accusing us of paying him. I promise Mitchell that no one at ESPN Arkansas is paying him. Let's see. Officer Breeden says the Texas fan that keeps calling in is a typical Texas fan, like a 2-year-old. They will do anything for attention. Guys, the TV just went off here at Harry Robinson. What's happening right now in the Vanderbilt game? I'm very invested.
Texas ball first and 10 on their own like 20 or so.
Okay. All right. So I guess
like their own 12, but it's Vanderbilt just punted back to Texas.
There is a flag on the play pending that. We'll see what's up.
Okay. Hopefully it's a roughing the kicker or something like that, whatever the case may be. Just again wishing it always possible that Texas is that blows that game somehow, some way. Don't know if they're able to or not. Guys, as we wrap up the show here, Arkansas is now sitting at 5-3, 1 game away from bowl eligibility. I mean, is this team pretty much a shoo-in for a bowl, Matt? I mean, Louisiana Tech still on the schedule. I know you want to get to a better bowl, but it's pretty much a locked-in thing, isn't it?
I think so. I know we didn't get to it because there's not a whole lot of reason to talk about the backup quarterback, but I honestly thought maybe that a series or two earlier that they were going to put the backups in just to get him some more time, get him a little run, and Taylor Green had already kind of sealed the deal, but I get it. You want to get your guys out there, and I was surprised we didn't go victory formation. We almost fumbled the ball at the end of the game, so there's a couple of other things to look at. But I would have probably played the backup. I'd have put him in at the start of the fourth quarter. But yeah, man, there's really nothing you can say bad about this game. I mean, the Hogs went out there and showed it.
Yeah, Malachi did get some reps at the tail end, like you're talking about, Matt. Didn't see KJ Jackson, but encouraging to see that Arkansas's offense still able to move a little bit with Malachi in there as well. You just never know. I think we saw in the Tennessee game, you got to prepare for everything. Even if you hope for the best, you sometimes have to prepare for the worst. Well, that's going to do it for us on Hog Reaction. Appreciate Black Hills Energy and Bud Light being a part of our post-game coverage. It's been a fun show here at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. State sales tax paid today and tomorrow. Remember that. Bud Light is an official sponsor of Arkansas Athletics, and they love their Hogs. And if you have questions on any digging that you're doing around the house, go to blackhillsenergy.com/ready. For Matt Jones and Colton Little, I am Ty Richardson. Everyone have a great rest of your night. Arkansas gets it done in Starkville, 58-25. We'll have a lot of reaction. Chuck and Bo's show, Morning Rush, Halftime, Ruskin and Zach coming up on Monday. Until then, y'all have a great weekend.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, presented by Bud Light, also presented by Black Hills Energy.